you don't plan, ha, it's anger. Even when you don't get them, then go come, yagba you. So we live in a world where we have to deal with all of these people around us. So we have to be strategic and know how to work it out. Who must be included? Everyone. Everyone must be included and understand the purpose of the building. In Nehemiah 4:6, they built the wall because the people had a mind to work. It was people having a mind to work. There was collaboration. The leaders of the district and local assembly should collaborate with everyone, to the very least, or even the children in the churches. The child. A 5-year-old child in my local church should now begin to know, Asabiana, Reverend Josephine, Asabiam. That's collaboration. That's little child. Because remember, we are passing away. We have to have that strategic vision. Think about it. Nehemiah, how did he know about these things? And he knew a lot. From a little child. And sometimes if we didn't at the palace, not mean spend time with his parents them. But because from as a little child, they don't impart they don't get the knowledge, they don't get. Okay, and then the next thing, communication is the key. Repeatedly, Nehemiah explained to the people about the mission and the mode of communication. He even tell them, say, we go use the trumpet for prepare for eventuality of attack by the enemy. So we have to learn to communicate. We have to learn to communicate. The district executive must be able to sell the vision, build awareness, and motivate. You can sell the vision, but you don't motivate. You can build awareness, but the people still don't understand. You have to make sure they understand. And how will they understand? They understand when the district is open to consultation. The district is open to constructive feedback. Hello? Constructive feedback. And one more thing. We must be united again. My brother started that discussion today. There will always be opposition, external, internal. The Jews were united and built the wall amidst the anger and mocking of Sanballat and Tobiah. Their scorn, abuse, and instigation did not stop the work. This was external opposition, and I want us to pay careful attention to this. Unity. We must be united. They were united, and Sanballat, Tobiah did not stop the work, no matter what they did to the people when they were working. They did not stop the work. And sometimes when we think about Sanballat and Tobiah, we think about the enemy and all his plans, external. But something stopped the work. Chapter 4 ends on such a good note. They had, achieved a lot. But chapter 5, there was trouble in the air. Say an outcry. Something stopped the work of rebuilding the wall. And guess what? It was not from outside. It was internal. Internal opposition. And we wouldn't judge them. Because outside the woman, they all begin joining and they cry, hey, hey, hey. They must have good reason. They must have knew what was going on. And it was that internal opposition that destroyed the unity and one mind that the people had. And that had to be addressed. The work stopped, as I said, not because of Sanballat or Tobiah, but because God's people stopped. Because they were not unified and they were not working together. But what was the cause? If not been today, we go say a money problem. And indeed, a money problem. Now I make a talk say the Bible, I don't know what to make people learn, no, but the Bible has everything. Now inside that chapter 5, there are see mortgage where they use delectate today na current day reality. I see loan, I see money, all kinds of things inside chapter 5. People are in deep and trouble. Say we don't loan this, we don't give this, we don't give that one day. Money problem. Living and eating on a daily basis was difficult. And you see, that's the difficulty. When all is not well, it leads to suspicion, mistrust, conflict. And unity is important more than money. And remember that man in kingdom and time for come and down the world, then this kind of trouble come for them. But Nehemiah was a leader. He had the courage to address the problem and disunity. And what in the first way Nehemiah do? He seek the wisdom from God. But not only that one day, he mean gets the courage for contend and rebuke the leaders, the rulers. Chapter 6, verse 15. And after that, the wall was finished in 52 days. And it was after the wall was completed that he organized the people to worship God. Amen? So you could imagine all the steps. But that steps then, for a purpose. So much effort, so much money, so much contention. But for a purpose. And that purpose was to worship God. Defend the record of genealogy and set the people in order to worship God. Before I conclude, I want to ask questions. Questions. How inclusive are our activities? It's a district. Do we cater and consider for vulnerable groups? Have we scanned our environment well to know who we should target and ensure that we are not leaving anyone behind? As workers in God's kingdom, as well as beneficiaries of the gospel of Christ, they want to work for God. Now, they all will include in the work what they do. Some man they really want to work for God. But are we including them? Some man they need for benefits from the gospel, from the work what they do. Are we including them? Or we're just content? We have just monuments. Hello? What should we be? Movements, eh? No, I think say some man in our monuments. And what resources do we need to reach out to these vulnerable groups? Because if you know what you want to do, you have to think about it. What resources do you need? And when I talk about vulnerable groups, it will be interesting. The list is endless. I'm thinking of older persons. Older persons. Hello? How much of we don't above 50? Above 50. We are not old, but it's saying a lot. We are beginning to get to that vulnerable stage. Are we thinking of it? I'll tell you one story. Every time when I go church, I watch one church. Big church in this country, I watch the step. Why can they watch the step? And not even why they go church, why they pass, they watch the step. I say, oh my God, how people that we don't all go able to manage this step. And then something, and they actually see where church, that they go church, them mammy them. Now more than mammy, I don't know if the man and kid don't die. That's so then they strain. That's so then they strain for claim that step there. So I can they watch her. Hey, I even can they talk what they this step. I say if I go church and I get for strain, we need the ask me. I don't go church, no so. And now make I say we get for think, but vulnerable people them. And guess what happened to me last Friday, the 22nd? Bearing me being at that church day. Now I go. As I cannot why they go inside the church, I go early. Miracle. Miracles can happen. No? Now a well-dressed conductor or attendant or whatever he was. Say, come and use the lift. Now I walk a step. I feel I don't go now other country. Seriously. Where I step into that lift, in matters of seconds, that lift I don't reach. I was like, I sit down there because I don't go early even before the cops. Well, the tea will be sweet me. Now where the cops can and put the cops inside the lift while the cops don't car up the church. I say, And you think about it, sometimes that church they don't take past 100 years. I sit down near me auntie. Now me auntie they say, he said, I strain for come up. Now I say, auntie, I say, you know, say they get lift. Now it on. You know they even know the way they make them, then so make all the he tie up with the church. Like somebody thought it out. Why make that now? People are done the 100 years and now they think, if it's way it well done. Let me auntie say, it's not be no. That mommy don't struggle, he gets arthritis. So you see, we have to think about things. It go interesting for let somebody go find out how they manage change